What's going on? What's going on, people? Thank you for tuning in, Profe Gayu. I'm here just chilling here in Puebla, Mexico, just enjoying the view from the roof of my Airbnb. I'm supposed to be moving into an apartment next week, but that may be delayed again. But meanwhile, I'm just here chilling, enjoying the sun. I've been inside working all day, so now I'm done. I can get out and enjoy the sun, enjoy the view. So specifically, my Airbnb right now is located in Cholula, which is a city just outside the city limits of Puebla. Now, Puebla is the fourth largest city in Mexico, and you can see there's I guess a skyline. I guess you can't see that well here, but there's a skyline in the distance. It's a very spread out city that is smashed in between two large volcanoes. That volcano there you see in the distance is Malinche, and then you see another. There's a gym there. You see another over here that periodically is spitting out ash and smoke. It just spit out smoke the other day, so in ash like last month. So there it is right there. So what's going on here in Puebla? Now I can tell you Puebla is not a happening city like Mexico City, but it does have a lot going on. It's a popular destination for people studying abroad, and Mexicans from other parts of the country like to come here to study because it has the best universities in the country. Puebla is located about 2 hours to the southeast of Mexico City. It has an international airport with direct flights to some cities like Houston and a couple of other cities. But the airport is not that big because Mexico City is not far away and people just prefer to use that airport. It's slower than Mexico City. There's less tourists, less foreigners come through here. But then again, it's still a big city. Volkswagen has a plant here. So you'll see a lot of workers from Volkswagen. A lot of Germans are here in Puebla. And that's it. Go over this side. The cost of living here in Puebla is cheaper in Mexico City. That's one of the reasons why I'm here. I was considering just going to Mexico City, but I've been to Puebla before a couple of times, and I realized that Puebla is just a little more cheaper, and you still get some of the same big city amenities here in Puebla. I'm not going to say how much I pay because I can pay much less. For example, you can get a good apartment here, 2-bedroom, 2-bath for like $600, good in a decent area. Since I'm here in Puebla, since I'm here in Mexico, I want to live a little on the luxury side. So our place is going to cost a lot more because I want to experience living in a skyscraper, right? So here in Mexico will be the first time I've lived in a skyscraper. I ain't talking about a tower. I'm talking about a skyscraper with like 30, 40, 50 floors, and you can see there's numerous skyscrapers across the city right there, and I'm going to be in one of those real soon if all goes well in my favor. Still waiting on things. Don't move fast here in Mexico, I'll tell you that. Nothing moves fast here, just like being in DR. Everything moves slow. But The cost of living here is cheap. I'll say this, it's comparable to, let me go ahead and sit down. It's comparable to the Dominican Republic, right? It's comparable. I can tell you that what you spend in groceries, you'll spend less here in Mexico. You'll find that the fruits and vegetables are more numerous and you'll spend less. The products are, the more variety of products here in Mexico and you'll spend less in the store. But where you will probably spend more here in Mexico than the Dominican Republic is like prices for service, labor, service. You'll find that, I think that it's a little more expensive here, which makes sense because the minimum salary here in Mexico is about it's about $500, right? The minimum salary. And the minimum salary in the Dominican Republic is probably more around close to $300. So that shows that, hey, okay, service, labor, yeah, it's going to be more expensive here. You will definitely pay more here. You'll get paid more here if you're actually working, which is a good thing. So if you plan on doing business here or working here, there is a possibility of spending more money here, but you can also have the opportunity to earn more money here in Mexico. And I think one of the big things, one of the big reasons why I moved to Mexico is the cost of the products are so much cheaper here. And because I have a business where I'm looking at where I can find products for cheap and sell them abroad for a better price, I found that being here in Mexico, things are cheaper. You can get things cheaper. So I'm definitely, as time goes on, will be able to capitalize off of that. In addition, education. The education system here in Mexico is better than the education system there in the Dominican Republic and many other countries in the region. And I think that has its advantages when you are doing business, for one. Two, when you are just interacting with people and learning, and maybe if you have kids or if you want to do some training or some courses. I found that here in Mexico there's just a lot, that the quality seems to be a lot better, and that is a good reason to be here in Mexico. I'll tell you what though, right here I'm drinking a beer called, I don't know if you can see it, it's called Barrilito. It's a popular beer here in Mexico. But what I wanted to say is, damn, I just lost my train of thought. Yes, so if you are looking to spend quite some time here in Mexico, you need to show proof of income, right? And that's for folks who are looking to get some sort of different types of visas or residency here and the Dominican and Mexico. You'll need to show a lot more than some of these other countries in the region. For example, if you were to go to Central America, like Costa Rica, Nicaragua, to an extent, even Panama, you don't have to show, more than $2,000 of income per month. And even when you're looking at South America, that's still the case. When you're looking at Argentina, Peru, Colombia, Ecuador, Brazil, you don't have to earn so much money, right, to get those digital nomad visas or residency visas. But here in Mexico, you do have to show quite a bit depending on the constant you go through. I say on average it's between, for a temporary residency, on average, as of 2023, probably 3,000 on average, and I've seen as high as in some continents 4,000 for one person for a temporary visa. But the good thing is, if you got family, you want to bring your family, or if you're married, you just the person who qualifies go to Mexico first, get their visa, or get their residency, and then come back to their home country to bring their other family members, because at that point you don't have to show proof of income. So that's the beauty of that process here in Mexico. And Mexico, believe it or not, in some respects is a lot like the U.S., where things, I don't want to say things run, in many cases things run pretty efficiently here. And the infrastructure is pretty good here. Development is pretty good here. You'll find a lot of your comfort stores and restaurants that you are accustomed to in the U.S., you'll find here in Mexico. If you want to travel back and forth between the United States or Canada, you'll find that flights are cheap here from Mexico City. It's definitely a place that I think a lot of folks sleep on. Mexico may not be as exciting as some other countries, but I mean, it's definitely doable. And in my case, I'm here because the cost of living isn't so bad, and I'm here on more of a business venture. But it definitely has its benefits. But yeah, that's it. I just wanted to jump on and show you all. Salute, man. Salute. What's going on, brother? This is live. Hello. Where is Puebla? All right. So Puebla, my brother R.A., thanks for tuning in. And Gil, thanks for tuning in. And Chicky Jenny, thanks for tuning in. Puebla is located in central Mexico. And I will give you all who just jumped in, show you all what it looks like, the skyline. It's the fourth largest city in Mexico, is located in central Mexico, just 2 hours southeast of Mexico City. Now, is Puebla worth the visit when coming to Mexico? I would say you can skip Puebla. I'm not gonna front. If you were to come to visit Mexico, I would say you could probably skip Puebla, but if you're passing through from Mexico City to go to like Veracruz, then I'd recommend definitely taking a couple days to check out Puebla. But yeah, Puebla is the fourth largest city in Mexico, located between two volcanoes. That's called Maliche, and one behind me, as you can see through the glass window here, that's called Popo, which is an active volcano. And located in central Mexico, 2 hours southeast of Mexico City. How much for your pad? Where you staying at? So I booked this for a week at a time because I'm waiting on my apartment that I'm supposed to be moving into. Originally it was this Saturday. Now it's going to be next week. It's probably going to be even delayed again. But I paid about $300 and something for a week. And this Airbnb here, it's a 2-bedroom, 2-bath. And also when I stay at the Airbnb, I gotta have laundry. I gotta have laundry because I don't want to be in a place where I'm working out and I can't do my laundry. Too far from Mexico City and too far from the beach. Yeah, it's like I said, it's 2 hours southeast of Mexico City. Remember, Mexico was big. Mexico ain't like, being in DR or being in some of these other small countries. Mexico was big. So you're talking about 2 hours is nothing. I mean, you spend 2 hours just driving around Mexico City because of all the traffic. And noisy. And it's not so noisy. It's really, I'm telling you, man, it's really, it's tranquilo in Puebla. It's a big city. Don't get me wrong. But it's not as noisy as the big city in like Santodomingo, for example. You know what I'm saying? The beach, the beach from Puebla, I would say that's more about through 3 hours from Veracruz, and maybe 3.5 hours from Acapulco. So 3 hours from Veracruz and 3 hours from Acapulco. Veracruz is a port city located on the Caribbean side, or more, it's more of Gulf of Mexico. And Acapulco on the Pacific Ocean side. But the place I'm going to be moving into, Squid Puebla. RA, you funny. Definitely skip. Yo, I'm telling you, I do not recommend you go out of your way to go to Puebla. But I will say, if you are in Mexico City, like when I went to Mexico City when I was a young cat and I went out to Veracruz, I passed through Puebla and I stayed here for a couple of days. So if you're doing that, that's cool. But I don't recommend it because it's a big city, but it's not anything special. Mexico City has a lot going for it. Now, if you're going to Veracruz, definitely stop at Puebla because you're going to be stopping at Puebla anyway if you're taking a bus or if you're just driving through. And Veracruz is like I would say it's more of like the Caribbean city in Mexico, as has a strong Cuban influence. There's I guess a small, well, historically there's been a black population there, so they have that. They talk with a Caribbean, more of like a Caribbean accent, than a normal Mexican accent. How long have you been in Mexico? So I got here in June, and I've been going back and forth between here and Ecuador and here in Dominican Republic. But I'm here now, so I'm not going to be traveling much for a while, other than going to DR maybe every 3 months or so, maybe every 2 months. But I mean, it's going to be a turn and burn if I go to DR. It's basically I'm just going there for business purposes. How long am I going to be here? I'm probably going to be here 4 years. Can you explain my business? Yeah, my business is pretty simple. I'm in the buying and selling business. So, and here in Mexico, I still need to get the hang of understanding how I can grow it. But I'm in the buying and selling business. So basically, I buy products that are in demand in other places, and buy them for cheap and sell them for a good price where they are in demand. So for example, I can come here and I can say that, hey, in DR, they don't produce these medical supplies, right? So I can buy those medical supplies here for cheap and sell them for double or triple in DR, or double and triple in Ecuador. So that's pretty much what I do. It's pretty simple, buying and selling. How do you know your buyers? Well, the thing is, man, I'm embedded in the Dominican society. I was in DR for 3 years or some change. So I'm embedded in DR. I know people. My wife is Dominican, right? We know people. So we have our ear to what's going on in DR. So we have people close to us that would be in the know. They let us know, hey, bring this, and basically we will be providing the products to that person who would actually sell it out there, and we'll get a piece of that sell. So basically, it's in the end, is it worth buying and selling at a good price? I know it seems like pretty simple, but it really is simple, man. It's not complicated. It's not complicated at all. And we could actually earn more. The fact is, man, I don't want to speak bad about DR, man, but it just it can be complicated when you're dealing with customs there. They're not very importation friendly, I should say that. So it's hard to really scale up. So our scaling of this business, man, is really limited, but it's profitable. Where do you buy from? Who do you buy from? I'm telling you, man, I buy from anyone. I buy from anyone that can sell me a good price. Cause basically going in, I will know what product I want to buy, right? So I'll say, okay, okay, in DR they need I don't know, hair for example. But hair is difficult. But I'll say hair, for example. You know, girls love putting that fake hair, the weave, and all that. So I'll figure out, okay, where can I get high quality hair for a good price? So I'll go to that wherever I can get it for cheap, man. Brazil. I found a connect in Brazil where I can get it for cheap, but because of the travel, it's not worth it. It's not worth buying it in Brazil. Now, if I was able to buy that same high quality hair here in Mexico, then it'll be worthwhile. But yeah, man, I just go out there and find where I can get it for a good price. Going in, but I know I have an idea of what it can sell for in DR though. How do you find a place that sells a product? Easy, man. It's almost as simple as going to Walmart. Say the product they need there, you can find in Walmart, and there's Walmart here in Mexico. Go to Walmart. If they sell that product for $5 per item, if I can sell it for at least for it to be profitable, if I can sell a lot of that and sell for maybe at least 10 or 15, then I can like triple or double the price and basically make money that way. But it has to be a high quantity, right? It has to be worthwhile. So I can sell that there in DR. It's simple as going to Walmart or going to a market or finding a person, a company that actually makes that product. It's or distributes that product. It's simple as that, man. Doesn't China export to Brazil? Is Mexican product cheaper than China? Believe it or not, man, there's not a lot of Chinese products here. That's actually why I moved to Mexico, because Mexico produces a lot of its products. Like you go to some of these countries like Ecuador or Dominican Republic, a lot of their products come from China because they don't produce a lot of products in those countries. But in Mexico is what China is to the world, Mexico is to the United States and Canada, right? And China, as far as being the what it used to call the factory for the world, where they produce everything, now a big chunk of that business Mexico was gaining. So Mexico was actually a good spot to actually get products, because a lot of products are manufactured here in Mexico. I wouldn't say I'm killing it, man, but I'm finding a way, man, because I want to be able to maintain this lifestyle, man. So you got to find a way that works for you. I found a way where I can earn, have an extra stream of income. I can't live off that income, but it adds to the other streams I have, man. So there it is, man. It's pretty simple, man. If I knew how to build websites, if I knew how to write code, programming, if I didn't stutter, maybe I'd be a speaker. You know what I'm saying? But hey, man, I found my way, man, and this helps. Now I can tell you this: anyone can do this, but you gotta have the patience and the time and the network. That's all. That's all. RA, have you ever been to Mexico? Have you been to Mexico, or Mexico City at least? Again, I'm showing you the skyline, but really, there's not much to see here. There's some mountains, there's some buildings. Right there, that's a famous pyramid with the church on top. That's a pyramid. So where do you go to get the products? Like I said, man, anywhere. You just do the research. I don't want to give away my secret. I'll say this. I'll keep it simple. Clothes sell very well in the Dominican Republic. So if you can find a way to buy clothes that are high quality or decent quality, buy them and sell them in DR, that works. And the reason why it works is because in DR, they don't tax on necessities. And clothes, shoes, those are necessities, so the customs do not tax on that. So that's why I can make good money on selling clothes and shoes in DR. Luxury products, you can make your money, but it's limited. You can't scale because if you bring so much, they'll try to I won't even say tax, they'll try to rob you, right? For example, luxury products such as like beauty products, hair, stuff like that, you can only bring so much in DR before they rob you. And yes, there is an official way to do it, but the official way helps when you have contacts in the I guess the customs network. Because one way, if you can, the way you can make money in Ecuador, for example, you can't make that money in DR simply because the rules are different there. But because I can still make decent money by avoiding going through customs. When I say avoid going through customs, that means limit my luxury items and focus more on the necessities. Then I'll be able to get good money. Bulk for me is like, I got a container, right? And I throw that bad boy on the ship, and then it gets to DR, and then it goes through customs, and they got their clipboard, and they tax me the official way, right? That is bulk. You can do that, but because I haven't had the best experience with customs in DR, I don't want to waste my money and waste my time. So I choose not to scale up, if that makes sense. Ramona says, it is a field in Puebla, Cholula. Yeah, there's a field, a finca, chacra. But, yeah, Puebla is like kind of campo. Nah, not at all, man. Not at all. I keep it all right, man. I keep it simple, man. I'm a simple dude. I like things simple. I like to live a stress-free, as less stress as possible in my life, man. So I keep things simple. I found a way where I can make some money. It's not a lot of money, because I'm telling you, man, I gotta make my money elsewhere, in other ways as well. But it's definitely worth it, man. And I feel like it's not even a hack, man. There's so many ways that folks can earn money if they have the time and the understanding and connections and resources to get started. That's it. That's it, man. Yeah, that's it, man. But hey, that's all I got, man. I just wanted to show you all a little bit of Mexico, talk to you all a little bit, and that's it. That's it. So if you got any questions, leave it in the comments. Any questions about Mexico? What's it like living here? Cost of living? You know, the residency or visa process for those who cannot come here as a tourist. Student visa. I got all the answers. I'm telling you, I got all the answers. I had a lot of experience to all this. So like I said, if you got any questions, let me know. And thanks for tuning in, Profe Gallo. Peace.